that early timeout, how significant was that in the sense of when things aren't going smoothly, let's hash this out? Who do we go to, Isaiah?
You know, when you're playing so many young guys, sometimes you have to settle them down. But let me say this about Reggie and the job he did. What he did was they scored 70 points and they were using clock. So what they did was, let's roll this thing and then we'll score late in the clock. And when you have freshmen, it is an unbelievable game plan, because eventually one of them will stop playing, won't talk, something will happen, they'll get a back door, a layup, a wide open jumper, because we're just freshmen. And I thought they played physical, they made shots, they weren't afraid. We're just a better shooting team. De'Aaron, I was disappointed in some of the threes he missed, but he played so well in other areas. But Isaiah was the man. What he did was, he just willed us when we were dying and just said, look, I'm not settling. I'm going to get something at the rim. Made his free throws, rebounded the ball. I mean, our guards today, you know, had 13 rebounds, those three. We got some issues at 4. You know, most of it guarding and rebounding. So now the question is, do you play Bam at 4 and let one of those other kids play 5? And let Bam guard the 4 and rebound? And now you either go with Isaac or Sasha and you go to a big team and let those other guys play some 3. Because we just cannot have one position that's not guarding, that's not rebounding the way they should.
Okay, I wanted to expand a little on Isaiah and the amount of work you put in over the summer to make himself a better player, how the young guys can see that.
Well, the other thing is, if you come to our practice, he's the last one to leave every day and he gets extra shots in. You build your own self-esteem, self-confidence. You build that will. You don't surrender because you've invested too much. If you don't invest anything in this game, you'll surrender, and then you'll make an excuse, and then the people around you will label you, tell you you're right, it was somebody else. He takes you out, but he doesn't take him out. When you work and invest, you will not surrender. You will not listen to any of that. You'll be, I'm getting this done. It doesn't mean you win every time, but most of the time you just run out of time. You would have won if the game was another 2 minutes. You just ran out of time. And that's how I need this entire team to play. I was so happy Bam made free throws because he missed 6 one-footers. And we missed every 3, and we were up 9. That's what we were in the first half. Then they shot 44%. They shot 66% at the beginning of the second half. So we got to get better defensively. These high-level games, Michigan State, Kansas, UCLA, later Louisville, Arizona State, these high-level games, you're not winning those games unless you're guarding and rebounding. And we out-rebounded them, and they were much smaller by 3 rebounds. Come on. So for the year now, we're down 5 rebounds.
John, with all your previous teams, you stressed the importance of communicating out on the court. It seems like Isaiah was talking a lot out there.
He's the only one.
Yeah. How would you assess the rest?
He's the only one. I had to take Wenyan out for not talking. Malik doesn't talk. Malik talks as the action is happening. Like as they come together, switch! It's too late. I can't register it that quick. When you see it happening, switch, switch. We say it 3 times. If you can't say it 3 times, you're saying it too late. Switch, switch, switch. Okay. If you can't get 3 times, whoa, 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 whatever we're doing, you're not saying it early enough. So it's something, again, you think about it, we're playing with a bunch of freshmen who never talked to anybody on the court, who never defended for an entire possession, had their way, would miss 12 straight shots but knew they had 12 more coming. Didn't matter. Never came off the floor. Played at their pace, played casual when they felt, and then they come here, and every game we play is a Super Bowl. Canisius, those first 10, 12, 15 minutes, they balled. They were jacked up. They were making shots. They were out hustling us. They were running their offense better than we were running ours. And let me say this, Reggie just took over, so it ain't like they were there 3 years playing for Reggie. So it's what we face, and I told him in there, we're going to play high-level games, guys. I'm telling you, some of you guys, it'll be a struggle for you to be on the floor unless you really start understanding how you got to play. Communicating. I think we're an unselfish team. I don't think we're selfish in any way. We're just used to being in their own shell. I'm worried about me and my man. I'm not worried about the rest of this. If we win and I play well, great. If we play poorly and lose and I play well, I'm happy. I'll have an excuse. I got a bad team. Well, it doesn't work anymore. Now it's truly team defense. It's running schemes together. It's playing off of one another. And we're, believe me, light years from that right now. It's going to be a process.
What can they do to get better on the boards? You're done.
Maybe put better rebounders in. How about that one?
Bench as a motivator?
Yeah, just say if you're not rebounding, I'm not playing you. I'll come down to this again. I said it to them today. Whoever defends better between Dom and Michael, I'll play. Whoever defends better and rebounds between Wenyan and Derek, I'll play. Whoever rebounds and defends better between Sasha and Isaac, I'll play. Because offensively, they're about the same. So we're not going to lose anything offensively. And now we put our best defenders and rebounders on the floor. You won't believe this. We're going to defend and rebound better. And make them fight it out. Let's go. I wish we had a chance to play them all, but it's not how this stuff works.
John, why did you want to start the season out with 3 games in 5 days like this?
Well, again, we're so young, and this thing we're doing in this this classic stuff that we do, you want to get a couple games under your belt, and that's why we did it. And it'll be hard. I mean, we got to travel, we got to practice and travel tomorrow, have dinner in New York City, and you play the next day. And how much can I do? We're going to get some stuff done. It'll be very focused on Michigan State, which I have not seen them play. I saw the last 10 seconds of the game with Arizona because I saw it in there before I walked out here after our game Friday. And I have not watched any tape. I have not seen anything about them. Have not looked at a scouting report, talked to my staff about it. So we'll do that tonight and tomorrow morning and get ready for a practice and then go play a team that you know is going to play hard, you know is going to rebound, you know is going to fly. If you don't get back on defense, they're going to shoot layups. You know they get back. They rebound like crazy. That's their hallmark. They rebound. They're bang. And they got a couple guys that can go isolation. Tom does a great job with his team and puts them in great positions like always, and it'll be a war. It's going to be a tough game for us. We may start 4 freshmen. That's a tough place to start 4 freshmen walking into Madison Square Garden in that level of a game.
Cal, has anything surprised you, good or bad, or both, through 2 games? Anything you didn't expect to see that you have?
No, I just said to the staff at halftime, I just got to keep telling myself this is going to be a process. Because sometimes I'm coaching them like they've been here 2 years. But I've always done that and it's kind of worked. So you've got to either catch up or step aside. That's how it is. And throwing a lot of stuff at guys and making guys think and do stuff they've never had to do in their lives. But I'll tell you what, I am so blessed to be coaching this team. I had a friend of mine call me and say, he's watching games and the back and forth and all this. He said, every day you walk in your gym, you got as talented a team as there is, and they're all good kids. Look, I'm coaching these kids hard. I coach them all hard. They know that coming here. Trying to get them to be the best version of themselves. I cannot accept certain things that they do. And it's not them being disrespectful. It's on that basketball court. There's certain things you must do that I cannot accept if you don't. And I can't leave you on the floor. It's not, I miss a shot, I come out. No, I don't coach that way. You don't dive on the floor. You don't come up with a tough rebound. You're coming out. You turn it over, I understand. You'll do that some. Bam missed 5 one-footers, 6. I didn't take him out. Take me out every time I make a mistake. No, I take you out when you don't dive on that floor. You don't come up with that tough rebound. You don't talk on defense. That doesn't take a skill. That's an effort. That's a focus. That's a laser focus on winning. And when you watch this team, who has it on this team?
Let's go.
Isaiah. Anybody else? You got one. Now I'm saying you got to drag some of these other dudes with you. But why did he have it last year? Not really. He was never, he is twice as good as he was a year ago. Twice as good. And mainly because he's so confident shooting the ball now. Like he passed up a couple shots today I was upset about. Like shoot the ball, quit trying to keep going. You have that 15-footer, you had that three, shoot it. But, you know, like I said, we got a ways to go. And I would tell everybody, enjoy the process. You do every year. I mean, we're not the team that we look like now when we hit December and January and then February and then we go into March. It won't be the same team. But we better be a defensive team that really guards the ball, that really talks and rebounds, that can block shots, that flies up and down the court, that's an execution team, that keeps sharing the ball, that makes shots, a good shooting team. You can't play a zone. That's what we should be at the end of the year because we have that kind of group, that kind of team.
Cal, speaking of Isaiah again, there was a timeout, I think, when the game was still tied early in the second half where it looked like he was doing as much talking in the huddle as you were. Is he kind of getting comfortable with the role that Tyler had for you guys?
Yeah. I want him to do that. I mean, as soon as this becomes their team, it's on. You know, then it becomes a whole different ball game. Right now, we still have guys casual in practice at times that lose their focus. I'm going to have to start doing things defensively to keep them in the stands for 30 straight seconds, and the legs are going to be burning. Why are my legs burning? Because you've never done this season. Now you got to stay in the stands the whole time, and then the other thing is in this next game, you better sprint back. I mean, you shoot it, you better sprint back, and somebody better stop that ball, and everybody else better fill in behind because they're flying. It's a heck of a basketball team we're playing, I'll tell you that.
Anything else, last one from?
Cal, what did you think about Bam's ability to stay out of foul trouble tonight and his offense?
Better. And again, you know, he did some things like posting up way under the goal because he didn't want to get fouled. You want to get fouled. You know, he made 9 out of 13, 8 out of 13. You think about it. And you saw him that first game when I was the technicals, making him shoot the technicals. Now you know why I was doing it. I want him to get comfortable shooting free throws because you must foul him to stop him. He's a beast. Now you got to go make free throws. And you know what, kid, again, he ended up with 14 and 11. He could have had 25 points and 14 rebounds. But he missed all those 5, 6. Some of them, it's sad. They didn't go, you know, come on. Didn't you feel bad? Like, oh my gosh. There were like 3 of them like that. Like, oh my gosh, it didn't go in. You know, that happens sometimes.
All right, thanks everyone.